What is going on with Planet Coaster 2? Welcome everyone to a little bit of a podcast episode. We are going to talk about Planet Coaster 2 and my confusion and maybe also your confusion to why there is absolutely zero news and absolutely zero signs of life. We are on the 14th of March of 2026. This is already over 3 months now into having any update of the game. We've had some bigger updates last year. Of course we had a roadmap. We had some knowledge mostly throughout the year. We knew there were certain things happening. However, there's nothing happening. I haven't really checked, but I think there's also no SteamDB activity at the moment. There is also no activity, rumors, or anything on forums whatsoever. There is barely anything happening with this game. Like, I've had a blast lately playing this game, don't get me wrong. I think it is a very good state right now. It's in a very good state right now, but still, we ended the last year at a point where I thought, okay, this is the moment where Planet Coaster 2 should have started with, okay? Giving them the benefit of the doubt, they have changed the game to the better, and now we are craving for new stuff. And by new stuff, I mean really a lot of new stuff. Frontier have said last year, in one of the last little kind of statements they said, they are looking forward to implementing a lot of new stuff next year, really emphasizing on the new in that kind of, statement, because they know, obviously, that with all the updates they have given us, they fixed a lot of the things that people have expected. Now, obviously, we were all talking about, hotels and stuff, and a couple of weeks ago, I did this feature week in terms of what I would love to see in Planet Coaster 2. That's already merely a couple months ago already, so if you're interested, I'm gonna link you the first episode now to the top right. I talked about all the stuff I would love to see in Planet Coaster 2 to make it the perfect game. I split this into 5 different episodes dedicated to certain areas of the game. Still very proud of what I did over there, but little did I know that it took another couple months to still having no actual information. And I'm doing this video because I certainly absolutely have no exclusive information myself. So that's something I'm gonna give away, because otherwise that would be a bit stupid if I would do a video like that knowing of what is coming next. So that would really be a bit weird. So trust me when I say I have absolutely zero idea of what's gonna happen, which in a way is cool because it just kind of keeps me interested and keeps me involved and keeps me excited. But then again, it also does make me a bit worried. It does leave me a bit worried over here. I think it's not time to panic or whatever. They could just lean towards April because of certain other things. Maybe they take more time to make certain things really polished, which is okay. But give us a sign of life, okay? I think what really made the communication so great last year was also the roadmap. They did a fantastic job in keeping us informed on what's going to happen, and surely monthly updates were also keeping us busy with a lot of new updates, and there was a lot going on. People came back to the game, there was a lot of talk, but now this game has kind of gone into a hibernation state, just a very few people out there are playing the game and making content. It's just really not a lot of people doing this. The amount of current players is super low, even lower than a way older game like Planet Zoo 2. It just briefly also, because of the free weekend, also had less players than Planet Coaster 1, which also is not really a good sign, but obviously that was because of the free update, for free weekend to play the game. Now, yeah, it leaves me confused, as I said. I know this is a ramble episode, but I just wanted to get my feelings out there because it's such a very weird situation right now in which I feel like I've been the most happy playing this game ever since launch lately, and I'm preparing a very cool video for you. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be my very first music-synced coaster. It's a bit of a hard one, to be honest. It turned out to be way more complicated than expected. I'm working hard on the second part of the Big Thunder Mountain recreation, which is gonna drop hopefully, but also I would love to do something new with it, so the next episode of Big Thunder Mountain should definitely take in some updates in the game, which is again another point and which leaves me in a bit of a void, and you guys as well, I assume, to what to do, you know? Am I starting a new park? Am I going on with this park over here? Am I going to keep on building on the Big Thunder Mountain recreation, or is Frontier all of a sudden dropping dual stations, you know? It's just in my mind, it's like, what is happening if I'm spending another 10 hours, 20 hours building a fake dual station, and then all of a sudden the next update is going to contain dual stations? That would be a pain, you know? And not knowing what's going on actually is a pretty poor situation we are in. And again, I do understand if studios take their time, and there's absolutely no... So, as I said, there is no panic or whatever that we may not see an update. There's a guarantee that we get more updates. So there's not even a single remote thought that it's not going to happen. It's just the when, you know? And I feel like this is really something Frontier still needs to improve on. And I had the hope last year that I understood the call, but it feels like they haven't. So I don't know. I would love to just see a sign, maybe just like a little drop, like, hey guys, we're working on some exciting stuff, more news on that during coming 4 weeks. I don't know. Like just stay vague even. It doesn't matter. Just keep us in the loop in a way, you know, to speak in a coaster kind of terms, you know, keep us in the loop, make sure we are on the ride, board us on the train, tell us to keep our hands and arms inside the train until we know the update. So again, I really would just love them to focus a bit more on getting us some information, because at the end of the day, we as players are the ones carrying the game, and also we as creators obviously are kind of carrying a bit of the reach of the game. And at the moment, it's kind of hard to create content for the game that contains any news value. Don't get me wrong, as I said, this is what it makes the whole situation so weird at the moment for me personally. I'm enjoying the game more than I've ever done before. I'm even enjoying this game more than I've ever enjoyed Planet Coaster 1, which is specifically odd because at the moment there is this ginormous gap of reward and enjoyment. So what I mean by that is, the enjoyment I have playing this game is absolutely peak, but the reward I get from the views for Planet Coaster 2 or the people actually just caring for this game has never been that little. If you go back to, I don't know, 2016, 17, 18 even, where I built, for example, Isla Napali, which was a great time, but like these videos kind of went to 30, 40, 60,000 views, like not easily, but more like continuously over a month. There was always a video that had a lot of comments and people in the forums went crazy, and there was a lot of talk about these things, and I've had the community doing a lot of things and Frontier reposting a lot of these things. There was a lot of banter going on, and that was a time where I didn't even have 20,000 subscribers, which is really ridiculous if you think about it. I mean, you could say now times have changed and maybe the interest hasn't been that high anymore, but I refuse to believe that in 10 years 90% of the theme park enthusiasts have just gone. I think that is absolutely not the case. I do think there is still a lot of disappointment around this game. Many people we have lost during the launch of the game, and yes, it is super hard to bring people back, but there is this one thing I wanted to talk about, and I've had a lot of discussions in the past with other people who, like, most of the people just kind of support the idea that once you lost a person, they will never come back, and the cost of bringing those people back, they are crazy. I do agree to a certain extent, but there is a proven scientific phenomena which is called the service recovery phenomenon. And this means basically, and I think this is actually derived from the car area, but if you have got a car and the car breaks down, it's first of all emotionally a very sad situation. And if the car breaks down very early in its lifespan, when it should still have a lot of life in itself, and you know, an engine shouldn't break down during the first 50k kilometers or whatnot, your tendency to not go back to that brand is very likely at this point. However, studies have shown if the service of repairing that ride is exceptionally good, your trust in the brand is reaching a new all-time high despite your negative initial experience, which is crazy. But if you think about it, there is a very logic kind of pattern for us humans. You know, we humans are, fortunately enough, we are designed to forgive. Not everyone though, but fortunately enough, we are designed to forgive. And if you feel a deep care and someone genuinely, we have a short visitor over here who wants to say hello. Speaking of recovery, I need to do a recovery for that little interruption. So my little daughter wanted to say hello briefly. Anyways, what I was talking about, the service recovery phenomena basically tells you if there is a genuine excuse for something and people are willing to buy into that, and you prove this, and that's the important bit, with good work, then, you know, people are likely to trust your brand and make like more than before, and even use it more than before, and they are even willing to tell others positively more about the brand. So that's where I'm coming from, and that is a proven, scientifically proven kind of thing. And I wish that Frontier would embrace that a little bit more. I personally, okay, this is my personal opinion, I think they have done a stellar job in that very service recovery phenomena last year. The way they have brought in all the updates from 1 to 8, monthly updates, a crazy amount of work that went into it, has been fantastic, and it brought the game to an absolutely great state it is in right now. If you take that little example of our car, we purchased a car and we pre-ordered a car, let's put it that way. We pre-ordered a car in the belief that the new version, the facelift basically of that version, is continuing to deliver on the promise of the previous car we already had and loved. But then we got the car and it looked shiny, but it turned out to be a little bit weird and the engine wasn't running correctly, and the new features weren't really as fleshed out as they should be. And then we went back to the garage and told them, hey, that car isn't great. And after we we got the car back from the garage, they have made the car to what we actually thought it was going to be at the beginning. And it still is a relatively fresh car, just having merely a couple thousand kilometers on the clock. It still is a relatively fresh and new car, and we can expect a lot of service updates in the future. That's the point where we're at. But I have the feeling that it is about to go to service again. You know, that's where I started the video. Now we end this on the metaphor, but I really would love Frontier to offer us another big service, giving us a free service update, updating the systems, and in the best case possible, we even get some hardware updates as well on our car, the Planet Coaster 2 car, if you will. So that's it. This is my point of the video with a little bit of visitor of my little daughter here. I wish to hear something new, and let's end this on a positive note. If there was a new update coming soon, what would you wish to see? What is your number one wish for the game right now? Let's not talk about like the big wishes that are mostly impossible. Let's talk about a realistic kind of wish for what would you love to see next? Which kind of coaster, which type of ride, which type of update? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, what is your feeling about the game in comparison to the launch? Are you felt heard? Do you feel the game has improved to a point that you would have expected as a launch game? Let me know. Be open, be respectful, please, in what you say, because lately there have also been some comments about Planet Coaster and the devs and so on that you can hate on the game, you can not like it, you can think Frontier is not doing a good job. That's all good, but please don't forget that there are humans behind this, and no one of them is doing that intentionally. So they all want to do the best job possible. So please be respectful. Again, you can dislike the game, whatever. That's your absolutely correctly rightful. But again, stay respectful. And just let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Thank you so much. And here's a little teaser for tomorrow. There's going to be a full Planet Zoo feature week starting from tomorrow. 6 episodes building upon each other with a lot of cool things, similar to what I've done for Planet Coaster 2 with my feature week. It's going to be very exciting, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and mark it into your calendars. We are starting tomorrow with an episode each day. It's going to be exciting. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.